Welcome to Motorboats Monthly's practical section, brought to you by Garmin. Today we're going to be looking at some basic functions of DSC VHF radio. DSC stands for Digital Selective Calling, and it's the selective bit which is important because it allows you to target your transmission to exactly who you need to hear them. Many people who are new to DSC are unsure what the radio is telling them when the alarm sounds. And they'll press any button to make it go away. But if your radio is sounding an alarm, that means that somebody has selected you to talk to. So you need to understand who it is, what they want, and what you need to do, if anything, to respond. Without a doubt, the most important function of a DSC radio is its ability to send a distress alert. The way that you send a distress alert is you find your distress button, normally located under a protective flap, you press and hold, and the radio will count down from between 5 and 3 down to 0, and it will send the distress alert when it reaches 0 on channel 70, the digital channel. It will then revert to channel 16 and allowing you to follow it up with a voice mayday call. If you receive a distress alert, your radio will sound an alarm. It will switch to channel 16. You'll see on the screen the name or the MMSI number of the boat in distress. You'll see their position as a lat and long, and if they have designated it, you'll also see the nature of their distress, in this case piracy. The designation of your distress alert is an option if you have the time. You simply choose from a short list of possible scenarios, and there's our piracy option. However, an undesignated distress alert, where you simply press and hold the button, will be just as effective. Another very useful function of DSC radio is the ability to make an individual call to another vessel. In your DSC menu, you pick out the individual call function, and you have the choice of inputting their MMSI number, or if you already have their number in your directory, a bit like your phone, you can just choose their boat name from your directory. In here we have our rib, Time Flies. You choose them, you then choose the channel that you want to speak on. We're going to choose channel 77, and you then send that individual call. That will go out on channel 70. The alarm on the other boat will sound. If they acknowledge it, once that acknowledgement comes through, both radios will switch to channel 77, and then you just start talking. As you can see, we've got an individual call coming in here from Bluefin. The channel that Bluefin has chosen is channel 77. If we enter and accept that, the radio will send an acknowledgement and switch automatically to 77, as will the radio on Bluefin, and communications can begin. Another great function of DSC is the position request. This allows you to request the position of another vessel, and much like an individual call, you enter it through the DSC function. Instead of the individual call, you choose position request this time, press enter. Again, you can put the number in manually, but most likely this is going to be you trying to find a friend of yours whose number is probably already in your directory. So we're going to choose Time Flies, and then we're going to send them the request now and wait their acknowledgement. If you receive a position request, your radio will sound an alarm, and you'll have two options. We can enter and acknowledge, which will send our position to Bluefin, or we can press escape if we want to remain incognito. The other vessel has acknowledged our position request, and I can now see that Time Flies is in this position, this lat and long on the screen here. And because the Garmin radio is linked in with the Garmin chart plotter, we've actually got a nice waypoint now that shows us exactly where they are, just outside Brighton. So there's three basic but very useful functions of DSC radio. I hope you found that useful. Thanks for watching.